This is the app is running. This is at the moment console app, but normally when you build like the fancy UI in the background, everything is a console or the normal programs. So like the GUIs, fancy GUIs do not perform any kind of logic. Logic has been performed into the actual program classes. So I just create one small library which can take care of the few scenarios. So I will just go through one by one. Just let me. So in this example, the person should not say that aimed on in the language. It should be like someone is targeting on. It shouldn't be the proper word. It should be target at. So let me show the grammar syntax over here. So it will be good to handle that. So in this example, the person says, second language learner says, she aimed on the target, but actually the sentence should be she aimed at the target. So how it will work? So I'm a language speaker, I'm trying to send a voicemail to the tutor, and before the message is reaching to the tutor, if there is an incorrect sentence that can be fixed by the machine or the ambiguity can be reduced by the machine, then we will try to fix that first step. That's called a proactive mitigation of the error. So that's the approach. So it's a proactive approach, not I'm sending an incorrect sentence to the tutor and sentence is coming to me and I'm going to tell me, hey, this is incorrect. We are trying to take care of few scenarios which are possible scenario or the proven methodology in linguistic domain that, okay, if this kind of sentence has been constructed, then it means it is a wrong sentence. So I will just go with one sentence over here. She aimed on the target. So it provided the understanding that, hey, correct use of the word should be aimed at, not aimed on, according to the grammar. So when it provides this kind of incorrect sentence, which can come from the collocation library or the collocation vocabulary in particular word. So it takes care of the collocation part of the sentence. So it's aimed on. That's an incorrect use of the English grammar. It says proactively you should sentence as aimed at, and then the person can record a message and say she should aim. What was the sentence? She aimed at the target, and then the first error has been reduced. So it saves a lot of time for the people who is a learner and who is going to teach. So because normal grammatical challenges can be reduced at the first stage. The second stage I'm going to look for is a safety. So safety in this scenario is few issues that it is an application which allows people to learn a new language, pick up a new language. It is not a dating site. If you are frustrated, you are depressed, you are trying to do something with a kind of self-harm to yourself, that should not be the responsibility of the application. But we need to make people aware this is not a proper thinking, or it shouldn't be happening on our platform. So if we find people is depressed or they are trying to flirt with each other or date to each other, it should proactively tell the admin that, hey, something is going bad in this scenario, let's take care of that situation. So how it is going to take care of that is, I want to die, I am depressed. So let's see what it does. Hey, pick up the sentence, and it is sending at the moment an email. So it is saying, I want to die, I'm depressed. Hi, this is someone may self-harm. So that's the message going to send to the actual admin, which is in red text. So we will see that red text messaging. Hey, need attention, someone is chatting about self-harm. So the message has been just sent 3:37 p.m. The same application or the same flow, I would like to say the workflow can be attached to the many places, but if admin, you don't want to overwhelm admin the too many SMSs, so that's to look, because admin is always going to take a look at the portal. Someone is always watching over the board, so that's why I choose an email rather than the SMS. So that's how the thing works. Like, you don't want to send text messages to the admin because that's an individual, and the board is like a kind of dashboard is like organizational entity. So the companies do have dashboards, companies cannot have the SMS. So that's why I put an email reminder over there. Yep, I just want to show one more example, which is going to say, hey, I want a date with you. This is considered as the inappropriate language used in this scenario, and it will understand. You see, did I spoke too early? It's the same thing. So if someone is trying to flirt with someone, let's say they're asking for the personal information, Facebook number, addresses, or few other kind of personal information they are trying to collect in some passive way from the people to contact them after end of the use of the application. It is not a platform for that. It is just a learning platform. So you shouldn't be asking for that kind of information. So it triggers an email to the admin. If this kind of activity more often, then you can straight away send SMS or the literal email to the user. Hey, this is not appropriate use. And we can say an email over here. Need attention, someone is misusing for dating, 3:38 p.m. There is a third challenge, which is about irregular communication of the use. So this is a challenge about how people do not communicate like regularly, how they can lapse in their day-to-day activity, that they cannot perform their practice every day and they will be fall behind in actual language. So I would like to show you that particular information. So this application, the current application which is running, will send a reminder SMS to the user. So at the moment I just put it into the millisecond, but if it has like the background or foreground or the front end UI, you can set an hour for everyday activity. So if you set 7 days a week, 9 a.m., this will trigger you to send an SMS and email, whatever the communication type you set. You just put data in background, which at the moment it has. It is going to trigger each email and SMS according to your choice. So I'm sending a 5-second wait because I'm in demo mode. So I just get an email from the Twilio, and it sent an email to the user as well. A practice reminder, it's like gym, do it every day. So I'm just using Twilio because I found I wasn't able to get the every day's total account and flexibility. I went on their website, but they were asking for the credit card, and unfortunately my card is running out of balance. So I just took my card and set up a Twilio account. And this is a SendGrid behind background, which is sending all the emails to the user. SendGrid has like 40,000 emails per month free for the first month, and every day you can send 100 emails. That's a fair bit of use, I would like to say. So I think so. So it is giving the reminder email sent that has been set by me custom. The code which you can see over there is like unique communication code, which tells you why user communicated in a particular place. So that's all about like keeping track or the logging of the user activity, what they are doing, why they are doing. And the last scenario in my case is comprehensibility regulation. That means, as I mentioned earlier, the language standards shouldn't be too easy to use and shouldn't be too hard. In this example, I'm going to use quite two simple use cases, which is going to tell us users shouldn't be using like that. If they need to improve their vocabulary or they need to improve their uplift their current speaking standard, and it will give us a notification, hey, it's too easy, this shouldn't be the sentence. So I say just, I am doctor. Hi, this is too easy. Push yourself. Please, for student. So it shouldn't be the case. Like, you shouldn't be using two easy sentences that just to finishing up task. You set up a 2-day task, like normally I do at the gym. I want to put the barbells, but what I use? 5 libras. I should be using 10 libras every day. So that shouldn't be work. Like you need to push yourself every day to learn a new language. So that was my challenges which I came from the Chatloop, and that's my solution for the 4 current existing use cases which I was able to do. I was using Microsoft Azure functions yesterday, but I wasn't able to configure the functions because they do not provide the local host compatibility with the sending SMS and API. So rather than I was configuring by myself, we can go to the Azure and just set up a small grid over there which sends an SMS for us, email for us. But I was doing that manually over here because I wasn't able to get all the Azure configuration on my PC at the right time. It takes time to install a whole Azure functionality on PC. And SendGrid is like quite standard emailing system. So if you try to use few other emailing systems, they cannot bypass certain protocols. If someone gives their work email address, few other VoIP solution or the email solution won't be bypassed their firewall. Take example of the government. So that's why I choose the SendGrid. If you want to send an email, it needs to come from the authenticate provider. So it is an authenticate provider by the Australian government and Microsoft by himself. So that's why I choose the Twilio and the SendGrid. Yep, that's all. Thanks guys.